I'm Charlie and I've spent years buying, selling and repairing cars, but somehow I've never owned a Porsche. So when I finally did decide to get one, I didn't just get any Porsche, I got a 987.2 Cayman S in manual. But after living with this car for a short while, is it really one of the best driver's cars you can buy? Or do people just buy them for the badge? Stay tuned because we're going to find out. Now, I've never owned anything like this before, and to be perfectly honest, I never saw myself as a Porsche owner because they just weren't on my radar. But the more I looked into them, the more intrigued I was to really try one for myself. I wasn't looking for the most practical car, or even the fastest car, but I wanted something that was unique and something that was special. Some of you may ask, why a Porsche Cayman? Why not a hot hatch or a BMW M2 or another Japanese car or a Lotus? Well, to be honest, it's just down to personal preference, but this car definitely ticked most of the boxes of what I was looking for. When I first started researching Caymans, looking into the Gen 1s, which were reasonably priced, I quickly found out that a lot of these cars suffered from some severe problems such as the IMS bearing and bore scoring issues. Now, not all cars suffered from these problems, but it was definitely something to think about. To be honest, it made me totally reconsider whether getting a Porsche Cayman at all was a good idea. Thankfully, this Generation 2 Cayman came with a revised direct fuel injection engine that eliminated all of the previous issues of the Gen 1. Going into some details on the exterior styling that make this car unique. One of which is the lower bumper grills painted in white. Most I've seen are always black. And also the black side vents for the engine and the black wing mirrors. And also the Porsche decal down the side of the car. Now, some of the other factory options that came on this car were the Porsche Sports seats, which really add to the interior over the standard seats. Another feature was the valved Porsche Sports exhaust, which really enhances the sound of the 3.4 litre flat six. And my favourite out of everything has to be the Spider alloy wheels, which are shared with the Cayman R of this generation. And I have to say, the combination of the Carrera white with the black accents, I think looks amazing and helps to keep the car looking fairly modern. Now, all of these things make this car a unique example, and there maybe isn't another 987.2 in the world with this exact spec, and that's exactly why I wanted it. Now, this car is also a factory manual, and from what I can find, Porsche sold surprisingly few 987.2 manuals, maybe even as little as a few hundred just for the UK. Now, that rarity makes this one even more special. There's no denying that this is definitely one of the best setup cars I've ever driven. It's incredibly well balanced, it's agile, it's nimble. And where it really comes alive is on roads like these. Now the good test to do, of course, would be a 0 to 60. We don't have any timing gear, but you guys can clip it and see what we get. The thing about this car is it really flatters your driving ability. It gives you so much confidence. But I think the thing that surprised me the most is that I expected a bit more drama. Don't get me wrong, it's incredibly good. I think I just wanted a little bit more noise and maybe a bit more power as well. This car is so well sorted, it makes you feel like a better driver than you actually are. And for a lot of people, that's what they love about it. But I do like cars that scare me a little bit. Now obviously no one buys a Cayman because it's practical. It's a two-seater sports car with the engine in the middle. But I was actually pleasantly surprised. Between the front boot space and the rear storage area, there was genuinely more room than I expected. But if you're already looking at a Cayman, you've probably already accepted these compromises. And the fuel economy, that's another story. If you're driving enthusiastically, you're probably used to seeing 15 miles per gallon. But when you put in £60 and get 100 miles range, it is a hard pill to swallow. It's one of the best all-round sports cars I've ever driven. It's beautifully engineered. It's incredibly confidence-inspiring. And I understand why it has such a loyal following. But I am still undecided. Mainly because I can't help thinking, could you get 90% of this experience somewhere else for a fraction of the price? The Porsche Cayman might just be the perfect sports car, but I'm still unsure on if it's the perfect car for me. I can't honestly tell you how long this car will stay with me, because if you've watched the channel before, you'll know that I tend to enjoy cars and then move on to the next adventure. But what I can say is this has massively opened the door to Porsche for me, and I understand the brand far better than I did before. Whether this car stays for 6 months or 6 years, I know it won't be my last Porsche. This is just the start of my journey with this car. I've already got lots planned with it. So if you'd like to see where the ownership journey goes, Be sure to give it a like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.